We're doing the MCQ that is related to errors. Haris, now can you please start reading?
The totals of trial balance did not agree. Which error caused this? So
We have
a check.
something that a trial balance is there and the debit total is not equal to the credit total. Okay. This can happen because of error of partial omission only. Are you with me?
Mm.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Which error caused this? A check is paid to Hong, has been credited to the account of Heng. So instead of writing Hong, what did you write?
Hang.
Heng. So come on, tell me, because of this, will the trial balance agree or did not agree? I think because of this, the trial balance would agree because we've just changed the name.
Yeah.
Okay. But think again properly. When you're paying a check, what is the entry that you pass?
The entry you pass. So when you're paying a
Bank
check,
debit.
so it's gonna be cash credit. Sorry, bank credit and hang debit.
Okay. And Hong debit. But what did you do?
Yeah.
You credited to,
We wrote hang instead.
we wrote bank credit, Hang credit. Or we
Okay.
just wrote
Yeah.
Hang
This would
credit.
affect it.
Yeah, so this can let the trial balance not agree. Yeah?
Mm.
Okay. So this is a possibility.
Miss, why, Miss?
I have not read the other options, right? If you see very clearly, this question is not perfect. They are not telling us whether you've done an error in the bank or not, whether you've done only hang credit and bank debit. We are not very clear of what this question is trying to tell us. Yes?
Yeah.
So I am just keeping it on hold. We will go and see and come back. That you can definitely do in your MCQs, correct?
Yeah.
Come on. Invoice. Invoice for goods, 50. You wrote as 500. Wrong amount. That means everything is wrong amount.
Miss, but then this was entered in the purchase journal as wrong,
Purchase, you
and
had
and we
purchase.
make trial balance from source document, right?
When you purchase, you will write in purchase journal only.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you purchase, you wrote in purchase only. Purchase is written in purchase. And you make trial balance from books of prime entry, not source document. You have source document. From source document, it goes to books of prime entry. And from books of prime entry, it goes to the trial balance. Are you with me?
Yeah. So this would still agree.
This would still agree. Next one.
Goods sold on credit to Gemma, 500 were debited to the account of Gina.
Goods sold on credit, that means sales credit and Gemma debit. So this is just
Yeah.
the wrong name. What is the error for wrong name?
Error of commission.
And a wrong amount?
Original entry.
Okay, so this the trial balance would still agree.
Mm.
Rent paid by check. It is bank credit and rent debit. It was debited to rent receivable account. So instead of rent expense, you debited to rent received. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've done one debit and one credit, your trial balance would still agree.
Yeah.
So this is the only scenario which was still unclear for us where the trial balance will not agree. So the answer is option A. Are you with me?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
To the next one. Come on, whose turn?
Mahad.
Yeah. A food retailer purchased a computer and debited the cost to
Look,
the
when you have
purchases
such type
account.
of questions, you really don't know what you want to read. So in this scenario, what you have to do is first try to see what they want from you. What do they want from you?
Yeah. The effect on profit for the year and
They
the
want you
non-current asset.
the effect of profit and non-current assets. Okay, come on, now read. Mahad.
Yeah. A food retailer purchased a computer and debited the cost to the purchases account.
Okay, he purchased a
What
computer.
was, yeah. And now they're asking us to find the effect on the profit for the year and the non-current asset.
First, analyze the question, right? He
Yeah.
purchased what?
Computer,
He purchased computer. Computer is what?
non-current asset.
Non-current assets. So ideally, his non-current assets should increase.
Yeah.
Ideal scenario. What did he do?
He debited the cost to the purchase account.
So he did purchases debit. What is the effect of this error?
His expenses increased. So the
His
non-current assets
expenses,
is understated,
1 minute, don't jump. Expenses
increased.
overstated. If expense is overstated, then what? I
Profit
want
understated.
effect. So one by one. If expense is overstated, then what?
Profit is understated.
Profit is understated. So one is, it could be either option C or option D. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, 1 minute, wait. So profit is understated. What is the next thing that happened because of doing this error?
As the profits are understated, and so will the non-current assets will be also understated.
Profits and non-current assets have no relation. Think properly. Haris, can you help him?
Miss, I wrote the answer as D
No,
because
tell me.
the reason being is that purchases increased, so cost of sales increased, which would decrease the profit for the year.
Okay.
And our we did not record a non-current assets, which means we understated a non-current assets. That's
We
it.
did not record the non-current assets. Very good. Since we did not record the non-current assets, we have understated the assets. So the answer is option B. With me?
Mm.
Fatima.
Hassan's trial balance did not balance and a suspense account was open. It found that the total of the discount received column in the cash book was 173, had been debited to the discount allowed account in the ledger. Which journal entry corrects this error?
Okay, I will try to give you a hint for this. Discount received as what balance?
Credit.
Discount received as credit balance and it should be credited. Discount received should be credited. Was it credited?
No, it
No.
had been debited.
That means discount received has to be credited.
Hmm.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
So there is only one thing that has one option that has discount received credit. It is option D.
So it's D.
Yeah, this is a shortcut to do MCQs for errors. But if you have more than one option where discount received is credited, you will do wrong reverse correct rectification.
Hmm.
Haris, can you please help me with the wrong reverse correct rectification?
So the wrong entry would be that
Correct entry is what? Tell me.
the
Discount.
correct entry for discount allowed,
Read
discount
the.
received.
Huh?
So it's gonna be discount credit
Discount
cash
received
debit.
credit. I'll just
Yeah,
write where we've done the errors. We don't touch the correct parts. So it should be discount receive credit. What did you do
yeah.
wrong?
We debited it.
We did discount allowed debit. Please be specific.
Yeah,
Reverse would be
discount allowed credit. So
rectification would
that'd be discount allowed credit, discount received credit, and suspense debit.
option D.
Yeah.
Come on, who's the next one?
Me, I think so. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Please.
what error does not affect the balancing of trial balance? So the first one, cash received from Smith was debited to Smithy's account. So first, it should not have been debited because the entry for getting receiving cash is cash debit and whoever's giving the money credit.
Okay. So you
So the
have
entry is wrong.
so this will affect the balancing.
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
A motor vehicle expense were debited to motor vehicle account. Motor vehicle is debit
So this is what
and motor
error?
vehicle expense is also debit.
So this is an error of principle.
Yeah,
It will not affect the balancing.
yeah, it will not.
And it will definitely not affect the balancing.
Yeah, so that's the correct answer.
Okay. Overcast. What about
Yeah,
over?
so overcast means there was an increased amount, so that's gonna be,
Suspense would come into picture.
yeah.
So this will affect the balancing. Next one.
Purchase returns were omitted from purchase ledger.
Can you give me the
So
journal entry for purchase return?
purchase return,
Journal entry for it.
purchase return debit, trade
You're
payable
sure?
credit.
Are
Sorry,
you
no, no,
sure?
no. Trade payable debit, purchase return credit.
Okay, trade payables debit, purchase return credit. Trade
Yeah.
payables is in which ledger?
In which
Purchase
ledger? It's in the purchase ledger.
And purchase return is in which ledger?
Nominal.
Okay, it is in nominal ledger. So you have omitted purchase return from purchase ledger. That means you've not done this. So this is partial omission. So this will also affect the trial balance. So the answer is option B. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Who's the next one?
Me, miss.
Read.
They're asking us to find the effect of the error. So,
Okay, effect of
uh,
error.
when when preparing his financial statements for the year ended 30th April 2019, Tebogo recorded his opening inventory of 6,400 as 4,600 in error.
That means opening inventory is understated or overstated.
Understated.
Okay, opening inventory is treated as expense or costs.
Expense.
Opening inventory is treated as expense or it's a cost of sales. Come on. Will opening inventory have any effect on the gross profit?
Yeah, the cost of sales will be lower, right?
Cost of sales is lower. If the cost of sales is lower means what?
Profits are overstated.
Which one?
The gross profit will be overstated.
Gross profit is overstated. Option A or C. If
Yeah.
gross profit is overstated, then what?
If it's overstated, so the profits will also be overstated, right?
Okay. And if the profit is overstated, profit is added to capital.
Yeah. So
So
capital will
capital
also be
is
overstated.
overstated. So it's option A. However, when I go to the second part, I already declared that it is option A. I don't need to know the third part. Come on, who is the next?
John paid Tahir, a credit supplier, 200 by check. This was credited to the account of Tariq, another credit supplier. Which journal entry corrects this error?
Come on, what will we do?
So,
John paid Tahir by check.
so check debit, bank debit.
Check is not paid check.
Okay, credit,
What credit?
bank credit.
But have you done any error in the bank?
No,
No. Where you've done the error?
we credited to the account of Tariq.
Okay, so correct would be Tahir debit, right?
Hmm,
Instead of that, what did you do?
We did Tariq debit.
Reverse
Tariq credit.
rectification.
Rectification is Tahir debit, Tariq credit.
Okay, option.
B.
We've done something wrong. Read the question properly, darling.
John paid Tahir, a credit supplier, 200 by check, and this was credited to the account of Tariq.
What
So
is the wrong method?
Tariq is credit, and then it'll become debit. So Tahir and Tariq debit, suspense credit.
Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
Next, who is it? Who is next? Haris,
Haris.
Yeah.
come on.
So an invoice of purchase of goods on credit 980 was incorrectly recorded in the purchase journal as 890.
What error
What
is
type?
this?
Original entry.
Hmm?
Original entry. Error of original entry.
Okay. Come on, proceed. Mahat,
Yeah, miss. In Ali's books, an invoice received from Kate was credited to Kate's account. Which type of error has been made? It's wrong name, so commission.
very good. Come on, next.
Insurance prepaid 120 was treated as an accrual in the income statement. Which effect did this have on the profit of the year?
Okay, I'll give you time to think on this. Okay, try it. Come on, the ninth one. Who is doing it for me?
Miss Adul.
Huh.
Okay. So insurance prepaid 120 was treated as accruals in the income statement, which means matching concept, right?
Huh?
Matching
Matching
concept.
concept. So you had a prepaid expense and you treat it as accrual. So what effect that this have on the profit for the year?
It's understated by 120 is my conclusion. But
Why?
I don't
Why?
know. Because we treated it as an expense for the year.
Okay, 1 minute. It was prepaid.
Yeah.
Okay. That means you had to reduce the expense.
Yeah.
You had to reduce the expense and increase the profit. But what did you do?
We treated it as expense.
You treated as accrual. That means you increased your expense. Accrual means outstanding.
Okay.
If you've increased your expense, that means your profits is what?
Understated.
Your profit is understated. So your profit is understated by 120 because of this. You treat it as
Yeah.
and also because it was prepaid, you had to reduce your profits. You had to increase your profits by 120.
Yeah, and we treated it as
But you did
so
not
we add one
increase
more.
your profits as 120. You decreased it. You first treated as accrual, so you decreased it by 120, and you did not give treatment for prepaid, so you decreased another by 120. So in all, your profits is decreased by double amount. You did not reduce the expense. In fact, you increased the expense. So your profit is decreased by double amount. So it is understated by 240. I hope I'm clear.
Yeah, understood.
In case if you don't understand this, you can remember a master rule. If a prepaid expense is treated as accrual, what will you do? Profits is understated by double amount and expense is overstated by double amount. Are you with me? If a prepaid income is treated as accrued income, then profits will be overstated and expense will be understated. You can learn this rule. I'll go ahead. Who's the next one? Mahad.
Okay, miss. Which account may appear as a credit balance in a trial balance? Discount received.
Okay, fine. Fatima.
Goods 250 sold on credit to Ahmad were credited to Akhtar's account. What is the correct journal entry? So wrong, reverse, correct, rectification. Correct is Ahmad debit 250.
Hmm.
And the wrong that we did is we credited to Akhtar's account. So Akhtar credit 250.
Hmm.
And then we reverse it. So Akhtar debit 250.
Hmm. Hmm.
250 plus 250, 500.
So after debit 250, Ahmad debit 250, suspense credit.
Yeah,
Option
500.
A. Come on, next one. Harris.
So Carla had the following assets. Okay. What was Carla's capital after this transaction? So on 2nd February, she paid Suki, a credit supplier, 1,950 by check after deducting a cash discount of 50.
Okay, fine. Just hang on. Do you know how to do this?
So we need to find out what the capital is, right?
Okay, first
So we
find out
take
what
the
the
total of
capital is.
assets and total of liabilities.
So capital is 78,500 minus 26,100. What is the
Yeah.
capital?
78,500 minus 26,100, which is 52,400.
So capital is 52,400. Okay. Now I want to know the effect of capital. Okay. So you have paid and received a discount.
Yeah, so we minus 1,900.
What? You've paid and received a discount. Can you tell me what is the amount of discount you've received?
50.
50. Discount received is how much?
50.
50 is your income.
Yeah.
It's a gain for you. It is a profit
Yeah.
for you. So profit will increase capital.
Yeah.
Hmm? So whatever
Yeah,
is
it will.
your capital, you're just going to add 50 to it. Are you with me?
Yeah, so we get 52,450, which is B.
D. Mahat, please go to the next one.
Yeah, Miss. Okay. Narinder made a short-term loan to Seema. Narinder's draft statement of financial position showed this loan as a current liability. What was the effect of this error?
What is the
So,
meaning of this?
Miss, first of all, this would be recorded as current assets instead
Okay,
of
a
current
current
liabilities.
asset is treated as
Current liability.
current asset is treated as a current liability. So what?
So this means current assets are understated.
This means your current assets is understated. I've just got this. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fatima.
The total of the discount received column of the cash book 80 was posted in the error to the credit side of the discount allowed. So wrong, reverse, correct, and rectification. The correct is discount received credit,
Hmm.
and the wrong is discount allowed credit,
Hmm.
which is reversed to discount allowed debit.
Hmm.
So it's discount allowed debit 80 and discount received credit 80.
Which option?
Option A.
Okay. Next one. Harris.
Min made a payment to Elaine, a credit supplier. In error, he debited the account of Alun. What type of error did he make? Commission. Error of a commission. A.
Wrong name. Okay. Mahat.
Yeah. John is a retailer of garden furniture. He bought stationery of $25 on credit from A4 Supplies. He did not record this in his books of account. Which entries are needed to correct this? Okay, for this,
Which error is this?
this is omission. Okay, so we'll just record it. Stationery debit, A4 Supplies credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fatima.
The purchases on credit of a motor vehicle 10,100 was entered in the general journal as 11,000. So that's wrong amount, which is original entry.
Haris? Haris?
Yeah. An invoice for 100 had been had an invoice for 100 sent to Ahmed was entered in the sales journal as 10. So we have to make the wrong reverse
No,
rectification
darling, the sales journal is undercast.
of 90. So oh yeah, we can just record. Yeah, so we're just gonna do sales credit, Ahmed debit of 90. So A.
No. Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, full
No,
invoice
miss.
is undercast.
So won't we do suspense?
No, darling. Invoice is issued for 100,
Yeah.
but you did invoice issue for 10.
So we're just gonna add, right? So it's
The
not compensating error.
document, it is going from the source document to the books of prime entry. So from the source document to the books of prime entry, you've undercast. So you'll pass the full undercast entry.
Okay.
And they want double entry to correct the error. Okay, fine. That's okay.
So A.
Mahat,
Yeah, miss. For this, we used the wrong. Okay, first of all, Anthony decided to write off $300 owed by Mariam. He debited Mariam's account and credited the provision for doubtful debts account, both with $300. Which entry are needed to correct this error? So it is for bad debts. First, we'll create the wrong reverse correct rectification, and then the correct entry would be bad debts debit and Mariam credit. The wrong which is done is Mariam debit and provision for doubtful debt credit. And then we'll reverse
minute,
the
1 minute.
entries.
Wrong is Mariam debit.
PDD credit.
Okay. Reverse. Reverse.
Reverse is PDD debit and Mariam credit.
Rectification.
It would be bad debts debit 300 and PDD debit 300 and Mariam 600.
Option.
B.
Let's proceed. Haris. No, Fatima.
Yeah, Alice had owed Brian 120 for a long time. Brian decided to write off the balance on Alice's account in the error, but the error entered was 210 in the bad debts account. So bad debts debit 120, incorrect. And in the wrong is bad debts debit
Correct is what?
210.
What is the correct entry?
Correct is bad debts. Alice debit 120, bad debts debit credit 120.
That is expense and it will still be credit.
Bad debts debit 120, Alice credit 120.
Okay.
And wrong is bad debts debit 210.
Okay. So there is nothing wrong in the Alice wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bad debts debit, it'll be credit 220, 120, 210. And then we minus it because one is debit, one is credit. So that's 90.
Okay. That
So
will be debit or credit?
credit because it's higher.
Okay, bad debts will be credit 90.
And Alice, no, suspense will be debit.
Option D.
Mm.
Haris, first, 21st.
21st. Okay. An amount received from Alice, a credit customer, was credited to the amount of Allison in okay. So what error commission? A.
Mahad,
Yeah. Manik had a draft profit of $10,500. He then discovered the total of the discount allowed column of the cash book, $200, had been entered on the credit side of the discount received account. What was the profit once this error has been corrected? First, we'll correct the error through wrong reverse correct rectification. The correct will be discount allowed debit 200.
hmm,
The wrong is he credited the discount received 200.
hmm,
We'll reverse it. So discount received debit 200. So the rectification will be discount allowed debit 200 and discount received debit 200. So both of the expenses are on the debit. So we'll subtract 400 from draft profit.
so this is expense
So
debit and income debit.
yeah,
So you will
so
subtract
subtract 400. So
from
it will be 10,500 minus 400.
okay,
So option A.
okay. Fatima,
Vikram received 100 from Sasha, a credit customer. He credited bank and debited the account for Sally. So correct will be debit, bank debit 100 and Sally credit 100.
hi Sally.
Oh, Sasha.
Hmm,
And wrong will be bank credit and Sasha debit.
hmm. Read properly now.
And reverse will be bank debit 100 and Sasha credit 100.
Sally,
Sally, okay.
rectification.
Rectification. Bank debit, Sally and Sasha credit.
Option. Huh?
Bank debit, Sally, Sasha credit.
So
So
option, which option, darling?
B.
Hmm. Haris,
Agatha depreciates her fixtures and fittings at the rate 10% per annum. On 1st January 2015, she bought new fixtures and fittings costing 800. In error, she debited the repairs account with purchase account.
hmm.
So it's the year of buying, so we don't depreciate.
No, year of selling, you don't appreciate. Now listen to
Oh,
me
so
properly.
year of buying.
Okay? You had bought a fixture. That means a non-current asset was purchased for 800. And for this non-current asset, you had to show expense of how much? Expense would just be the depreciation of 10%.
Yeah,
So the expense should be just 80. Think and
but
let
that has to be there, so that's not gonna be the error, is it?
listen. This had to be there. Your expense should be 80. You purchased your non-current asset for 800. You should depreciate by 10% and you should show your expense. You should show your expense as 80. Are you with me?
Yeah.
You should have shown your expense as 80.
Miss, can I tell you my answer? I got it.
1 minute. But what is the wrong that you did?
We debited the purchase account as well.
That means you have shown expenses how much?
720.
That means your no, you debited full 800, right?
Yeah, and 800 is 80 is,
You
it had to
should
be.
have shown 80, but you showed expense as 800. That means your expense is overstated.
Yeah,
By how much?
720. So the profit for the year is understated by 720.
Expense is overstated by 720. That means
So
your
profit for
profit
the
is
year.
understated by 720. You need to understand this and do this 2 to 3 times after I go. Next, come on. Mahad, please end it.
Yeah, miss. Okay, so which statement describes the purpose of a trial balance? Option A, it checks the arithmetical accuracy of the double entry. Yeah, this one.
So with this, we complete our worksheet 1 for errors. Okay. I hope it was clear.